Hey guys, just a quick intro before we get into this video. This regional recap is a little bit different to the rest. We're just going to be in free play chilling. It's quite late at night right now. I've come off a little bit of a break from the game, so I'm just chilling in free play, getting back into the grind, getting back into the kind of the groove of things, and speaking to you guys about the past regional. Didn't go well for us. We'll get onto that in the video. And yeah, because it didn't go so well, you know, I like to still put out a video. It's not going to be, you know, the most in-depth talking about, you know, every single series, every single fault, because, you know, there's kind of limits to what we can, you know, speak about and stuff. But yeah, hopefully you guys get a little bit of insight from this one. Maybe it's a lot of me rambling, but I hope you guys don't mind. And as always, I appreciate the patience and support with this channel, with the uploads. Like I said, took a little bit of a break, gave myself a bit of a break, and we're back uploading. So guys, if you do enjoy it, let me know in the comments, and let's get into the video. Been a couple of, not a couple of days, definitely a few more days than that. A few days break for me in this game on YouTube, so I apologize for the lack of uploads. We had a very poor result this tournament, and yeah, it was best to take some time off before we have to get grinding again. So we did just that, I did just that, and yeah, we're back. And I'm recording, and a little bit late, 9 days later than the regional happened. We were recording a recap, but it's all good. I'm sure you guys want to hear what I have to say anyway, so or at least I hope so. So yeah, let's get straight into it. We, if you guys don't know how RCS works, we have to play 3 qualifiers for each in-person event. Okay, you do well enough in these 3 qualifiers, and you qualify for a LAN in a particular location around the world. This time it's in London, and very important for me to qualify for this one because it's, you know, where I'm from, England, where I'm from, and I've never played at a LAN in England, so I was very, you know, excited to, you know, try and qualify for this one, and my hopes are very high for it. And spoilers, I'm happy to say that we qualified, and I'll be playing in England, which is nice. Let's get straight into what happened this event. No secrets. We aren't playing too well in these last couple of events, which I promise you guys, you're probably, as hopefully fans of me and the team, disappointed in the results, as you should be. But like I said, I promised you that we, you know, and I in particular, just as disappointed. So yeah, we definitely share that sentiment with you guys. And let's get into the games. You know, we'll talk about this regional. We finished top 8. Not a good result again. 2 top 8s in a row for a team that, you know, went from back-to-back wins to back-to-back top 8s. It's not a good result. Simple as that. First round, we play against Gbuffo. This is G-Man, Buffy, and Harzo. This is a very solid kind of up-and-coming team, in my opinion. A team that we should be expected to 3-0, really. But they are, you know, upcoming, and they are playing well together and as individuals. By the way, I'm just chilling in free play for this one. Yeah, hope you guys don't mind. Anyway, Gbuffo, it should be a sweep, and it is. It was 3-1, 4-1, and 4-3. Only the last game was particularly close, at least in terms of the scoreline. And I remember the series. It was, you know, it was as it should be. It was fine for us, and we ended up getting the win and move on 1-0 in the Swiss stage, which is an expected and welcome spot to be in. And we come up against Shopify Rebellion, a team that we're very confident against, team that we don't really struggle with all too much, at least, you know, in tournaments that we felt. And so, you know, we're expecting ourselves to, you know, have a fairly close series, but come out on top with not too much trouble, if that makes sense. And the series started off, we ended up losing game 1, which wasn't, you know, ideal. It was only 2-1. So it wasn't the end of the world, but it wasn't an ideal start. But, you know, game 1's happen, and we ended up taking game 2. And that was 4-2 for us in our favor, of course. And that ties up the series at 1-1. We ended up winning the next game in 5-4 in overtime. And we're going into the last kind of stretch of the series, 2-1 up, feeling confident, feeling good, and looking to close this one out. We end up losing the next game 4-1, a little bit of a battering, and we go to 5, which, you know, we don't want to be doing, but we're confident still, and we kind of show it. We come out, score first goal, come out, score the second goal, 2-0 up in game 5, and we end up losing a 2-goal lead to losing in game 5 overtime at a minute 20 seconds in. So not what we're looking for. Game 5 overtime loss like that, where you're 2 goals up in the game, in the final game, is not a good loss to have. Simple as that. Okay, it sounds stupid, but you'd almost rather just lose a series. When you've lost a 2-0 to a lead in game 5, and of course, if I won a series where I came back from 2, you'd be like, you fantastic comeback by us, and always the losing team would be like, oh well, terrible throw by us. So we're on the losing end, and I'll be that guy. We felt like we threw this one, and that's hopefully doesn't come off as taking anything away from our opponents. Every series that we lose, and I lose ever, is of course deserved. I've always said that, but we do feel like we threw away a 2-goal lead. As simple as that. In game 5, it's not good. Loss hurt a little bit. It would have been nice to be 2-0 up in the Swiss stage, considering a couple of the other results, with the other teams going to 2-0 up in the Swiss stage. We would have liked to be kind of with those guys, but we weren't, and we are 1-1 in the Swiss stage, which isn't the end of the world. It's Swiss. Swiss doesn't always kind of dictate what's going to happen in the tournament, so it's not not anything to panic about fully, but a little bit of a weird one to lose, and we definitely spoke about it as a team, and came out better in the next series. We play against Cloud9, a very defensive team. A series against Cloud9 are always going to be just low scoring, because they are just purely defense, and you're going to have to kind of attack at them. They let you come to them. If you don't shoot well, you're going to concede counterattacks. If you don't hold a good rotation as a team, you're going to it's going to cause counterattacks for the other team, right? And that's what you don't want to do against a team like Cloud9. And when a team's playing bad, when a good team is playing bad, it can be a tough series to come up against a team like this. We sweep them, which is nice. And again, like I said, all very, very close scoring games, 2 overtimes, but we do end up taking the series. And we move to 2-1 in the Swiss stage, which is nice, which is comfortable, and we're feeling pretty good. We face off against Moist in round number 4. And again, Moist, a team that we are extremely confident against. Probably a team that one of our teams that we're most confident against in NA. Never too many struggles playing against them, before this match. So it was fine for us to go into, kind of thing. We end up losing game 1, which was a little unexpected, in my opinion. I remember playing, and I was like, they're playing well. They're actually playing well. They look a lot better. We didn't feel like ourselves, of course, but you can't take it away from them that they looked pretty, a lot better than their past selves. They looked a lot more confident, a lot more loose. And when a team, with players like, Aris, for example, I think is, a fantastic player and will be in the future, is loose. When players like that are loose, they're tough players to go against, or they can be in that moment. And it was just that. We lose game 1, but we end up taking the next 3, okay? It was, it was a tough series, honestly, a weirdly tough series. And, it kind of set a little bit of a precedent going into the following day, not to underestimate these guys, because we play them again in the quarterfinals. Of course, I think this is my second or third take recording this video, but I think I said we went out top 8. So it means we lost this next match to the team we just beat. And let's get on to that match, because this one was a series we, you shouldn't be losing as a team like us, right? So we go into the series with, for at least me, I had a little bit more respect for Moist now. They showed that they're playing loose, showed that they're playing well, at least in my opinion. But still confident, right? We're still, we feel like, a far better team in our eyes, and we can just beat these guys. Simple as that, right? And we ended up taking game 1 3-1 as expected. We felt comfortable. We looked to be taking game 2 with a 1-0 lead. And I think it was in like, last minute or so, they equalized and we concede again. And I think it was on 0 seconds we concede on, which is a massive, massive turning point in a series to be winning game 2, to go up 2 in the series, to actually losing on 0 seconds, not even in overtime, with a lead in the kind of later stages of a game. That's a pretty big turning point, and it proved to be. And that was a pretty big kind of theme of this series. Unfortunately, we end up losing 4-1. We don't take any other games. Not a good series at all. We kept we struggled to hold our leads and struggled to hold, I guess, our composure in the last moments of these games in this series, which isn't like us really, and is a big shame to close out the season like that in terms of regionals, at least the online portion of the season. And of course, regionals lands are where it truly matters, but you want to be winning these regionals, you want to be at least going far. And losing this series, we end up losing in game 2 on 0 seconds. We end up losing 5 seconds into game 3 in overtime. I think with another late goal, I think my memory might not serve me well. 4-3 in game number 4 in overtime again in 31 seconds. And we end up losing the series in 0 seconds. On 0 seconds again in game number 5, 4-1 in the whole series. That's a weird thing. Just the whole series was we just didn't play well in the dire moments of the game, and they did, right? So yeah, it was a bit of a shock, a bit of a weird, recurrence throughout the series, and it happens. Of course, the team's going to be, we speak about these series and learn from them, but which, things that I can't share, what we're working on, stuff like that. But just know that the team will be working hard to, make sure we're playing well for these lands. We, still qualify for this land in second place, in second seed, sorry. And NA, thanks to our, good performance in the first regional, winning that tournament. It helped us, drastically in terms of seeding. So we've got a decent seed for the tournament. And I personally don't doubt that we will play far better than we've at least been showing. So I'm confident. I'm actually very much looking forward to playing in London. Like I said, for the first time, being able to play in front of an English crowd. And I hope I see you guys there. We also qualified for Worlds because of this tournament, because of the results from this tournament. And yeah, we were feeling disappointed from the last couple of regionals, but at least motivated and I'd say confident for the following lands, because we know it's not ourselves that we've been showing, and that's not an excuse at all. It's completely up to us and me and the team, but we will definitely play better. I can say that with absolute certainty. At least in the confidence that we're going to do so. So, yeah, things to look up to, hopefully, at least. And last couple of kind of thoughts from the season in terms of the online events. It was... I'm not happy with it, to be completely honest. I don't think anyone is from the team. Fully, we want to be kind of number one. We weren't. G2 were in the online portion of this season, and they were at LAN. So far, we've not been the best that we could have been, which is disappointing. But of course, still got Worlds, and that's truly, if you just put a couple of good days of performance in that Worlds, you forget about the whole season, forget about your whole life almost. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, the online regionals. I mean, I say disappointed. We won 2 in this year, 2024. Obviously, if rumors are true, and if the following season kind of follows as this one started, it's going to be in 2025, which means that for 2024 we won 2 regionals, which is more than I won last year in terms of regionals. So, which is interesting because we won a regional in 2022, and then one in 2023. So I won more regionals this year than I did last year, which it doesn't feel like it. But yeah, we come away with 2 wins. We come away with a 2nd place, a top 4 and 2 top 8. It's not what we wanted. In terms of the overall results, you know, the average placement, absolutely not what we wanted. We want to be making grand finals every time, but yeah, things to learn from, things to work on, and things to look back on, and hopefully kind of look back on in fonder memories in in due time. But that's going to be all, guys. I apologize for the little bit of a more relaxed one, not going in as depth. You know, I'm not happy with the result. I don't fully talk about it, for hours on end. I hope that's respected and just kind of understood, if that makes sense. Not that I don't care to admit that I've not been playing well and the team hasn't been playing well, but it's more there's no point in talking about what everyone knows. I hope I provided a little bit of insight and value to what you guys want to listen to in terms of the results and stuff. But that's going to be all for now, and I'm going to see you guys hopefully in better form at the lands. Guys, if you did enjoy, as always, please drop a like and a sub on the channel. I massively appreciate the support over the last few years on this channel. Seriously, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.